Hi, I'm Mark Draper from Gem Capital, and today we're talking about life insurance. So firstly, who should have life insurance? Well, in our opinion, anybody who has a debt, whether it be in personal or in a business name, should consider life insurance to repay the debt in the event of their death. Those with a dependent family, typically younger children under the age of 18, where the death of one of the spouse would create some form of financial loss, either through the loss of income or the additional expense of finding another care provider. This is the question we get asked the most. I'm going to answer it with a question. The question we encourage people to ask themselves is that given that insurance is all about providing choice to the survivors of a family, rather than being forced to have to sell the house or being forced to go back to full-time work, we would encourage people to ask themselves, in the event of your death, what do you want to have happen financially? For example, some of the typical things are, do you want to repay the debt in full? Or do you want to, and in addition to that, do you want to provide an amount of money invested at a certain interest rate to generate an ongoing income? If so, for how long? Let's have a look at an example now. So consider a young couple who've got two children, say aged 2 and 3. They've got a $300,000 mortgage, and looking at, in the event of the death of the principal income earner, they would like to provide $40,000 of income on an ongoing basis forever and ever, basically, so the surviving spouse didn't have to go back to work. So we would suggest that they consider taking out insurance to pay the debt, which is $300,000, and then we'd suggest that they take another $700,000 of insurance, which, if it was invested at 6% income, would generate the $40,000 worth of income they're looking for, really on an infinite basis. So all up, we're suggesting they consider, say $1 million worth of insurance to provide debt repayment and also the ongoing income. And whilst that might sound like a lot of money, when you look at it like that, it doesn't actually go all that far. So here's our top 3 tips when considering life insurance. The first one is make sure that your life insurance communicates with your estate plans, and you will. The second tip is consider both spouses. All too often people just think about the principal income earner and ignore the main care provider of a relationship. And it's the main care provider that is worthy of consideration for insurance, because you're going to have to replace that person with somebody or some services. And finally, we'd suggest that you deal with somebody who is able to deal with a range of insurers so they come up with the best deal for you, and also make sure they're going to be around when potential claim time comes.